Now where is that foreman of mine? Lonnie!
Excuse me, Mr. White. It's Ronnie.
Ronnie who?
Ronnie me. I am Ronnie.
What happened to Lonnie, my new foreman?
That's me.
You got two names? What's the matter, son? Are you in trouble with the law? Pretending to be somebody else is no way to solve your problems.
No, sir. I'm not in trouble with the law. There is no Lonnie. I'm Ronnie, your new foreman.
Well, it's about time you showed up. Didn't you hear me calling you?
Sorry, Mr. White.
How's a man supposed to run his farm without the help of his foreman?
Yes, Mr. White.
You know, winter's coming up, and I want to make sure the corn gets harvested before the first flakes of hail start falling.
That's snow.
What did you say, Randy?
That's snow, and it's not Randy.
Oh, excuse me, Snow. I thought it was Randy. Anyway, as I was saying, I want the corn harvested today. Now, I've put a want ad in the paper for anybody needing work to report here today, and I want you to show 'em how to pick the corn and take off the peels.
Shucks.
Shucks? Don't you like your job, boy?
No, sir, it's not that.
You don't?
It's not the job that's the problem, Mr. White. It's my name.
Don't like your name? Can't say as I blame you, son. I wouldn't like to be called Snow either. Snow White. What a silly name. Is there something you'd rather I called you?
Mr. White,
Nope, sorry, son. That's my name. I'll tell you what. You think about it and let me know later. In the meantime, go answer the door, will you?
Right, Chief.
And don't call me Chief! I got to find a crop that isn't so dependent on the weather. Maybe next spring, after all the hail melts off, I'll open up a tapioca mine.
Mr. White, this is Larry. He's answering the ad in the paper.
Good. Hello, Larry. You're sure up and around early?
Well, I wanted to be sure I got the job. I really need the work.
That's fine. The job pays $50 a day.
Great. What do I do?
My foreman here will take you out to the fields and show you how to pick the corn and take off the peels.
The what?
Shucks.
Stop complaining, Snow! Don't mind him. He's been like this all morning. Doesn't even like his own name.
We'll start right away, Chief.
Well, hurry. Winter's coming, and I want that corn picked before the field is covered in drifts of fluffy white hail. And stop calling me Chief.
Drifts of fluffy white hail? Doesn't he mean snow?
It may be snow to you and me, but it's hail to the Chief.
Come in.
Excuse me. Is this 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
Yes, it is.
Then this must be the White House.
That's right. I'm Mr. White. What can I do for you?
My name's Herry. I saw your ad in the paper, and I came to see if you still need help.
Well, it's almost noon, Harry, but we can always use the help. You go out and work the rest of the day, and I'll pay you whatever's fair.
That's good enough for me.
Let me call my foreman. Snow! Snow! Never around when you need him. Snow!
Were you calling me Mr. White?
No, I wasn't calling you Mr. White. I told you that's my name.
No, Mr. White.
It is too my name.
Yes, sir. It's your name. You wanted me?
Snow, this is Herry. He came to work. I want you to take him out and put him in the cornfield with Larry.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, I'm gonna sort my socks. I gotta find somebody to hem the holes in 'em.
Darn.
Don't worry, it won't be you, Snow. There's just no pleasing that boy.
We'll get right on it, sir.
I hope this job gets finished before winter sets in. Last year, it kinda snuck up on me. I just went out one morning and found my whole herd of bison covered with a blanket of hail. It cost me $30 to hire a kid to shovel off the buffalo. Try to understand, son. I don't want you to be unhappy. If you'll just tell me what you want to be called, I'll be glad to oblige.
Well, frankly, sir.
Frankly it is. Good choice. Frankly is a much better name than Snow.
Thank you, sir.
Get
I'll
the
get
door,
the door.
will you?
Right away, Chief.
Quit calling me Chief. Well, it'll be sundown in an hour and time for dinner. I can hardly wait to sit down to a hearty stack of avocado waffles.
Mr. White,
Yes, frankly?
this is Gary. He's here about the ad in the paper.
How come you waited so long, Gary?
Please, sir. I've been looking for work all day, but nobody would hire me. I really need the job.
Well, don't worry, Gary. I don't turn down anybody long as they get here before nightfall. We'll work out your pay when you're done.
But, Mr. White, all the corn has been picked.
That's all right, frankly. He can help get it loaded up and packed into the barn so it won't get eaten up by those pesky hamster varmints.
Rats.
I declare, frankly, I never met such a grumpy person in all my days. You should be happy that Gary wants to work with us. Don't take it personal, son. The man's got a pitiful self-image.
Come on, Gary. I'll show you what to do.
Yes, Mr. Frankly.
My name is Ronnie.
Now that the cornfield's clear, I think I'll let the high school band practice on it. I hope it doesn't rain on 'em like last year. The whole brass section caught colds, and nothing sounds quite as sad as 70 sick trombones.
But there must be some mistake. $50 is too much. I only worked for an hour.
It's no mistake, Gary. Mr. White insisted on paying you $50, and he won't have it any other way.
Mr. White is so generous. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Just take it.
Well, thank Mr. White for me. Will you, Ronnie?
Sure, Gary. Good night. And send in those other guys, will ya?
Okay. Good night.
Wow! Did you see that? Gary got $50.
Yeah, and he only worked an hour. Can you imagine what we'll get for working longer?
Well, you fellows did a good job.
Yep, we sure earned our pay today.
You sure did. And here it is. For you, Herry, $50. And here's $50 for you, Larry.
What?
Hey!
How come we only get $50? I worked lots longer than Gary.
And I worked twice as long as Herry.
Can't a man eat his waffles in peace? What's all the ruckus in here, frankly?
It's Ronnie.
That's not Ronnie. That's Herry. And the one beside him is Larry.
Yes, sir. There seems to be some unhappiness over the wages.
Unhappiness? I'm steaming!
Yeah, me too.
What's wrong? You gave him what I told you to, didn't you, frankly?
Yes, sir. $50 each.
Well, what's the problem then?
The problem is, you paid Gary the same amount for working 1 hour that you paid me for working half the day.
And me for working since sunup.
Frankly, go put my waffles in the oven, will you? You seem to have forgotten, Larry, that this morning you agreed to work all day for $50, and that's what I paid you.
Yeah, but
And you, Harry, you should be overjoyed at getting a full day's pay for half a day's work.
Yeah, but what about Gary?
I haven't cheated either of you. I just wanted to pay Gary the same amount I paid you. Can't I do what I want to with my own money?
Well, yeah. I guess you can.
You're right, Mr. White. We shouldn't be jealous because you're generous.
Now that's the right attitude. And you know, that's just the way God treats us. There's really only one reward for serving Him faithfully, and that's to be with Him.
Yeah, and those of us who come early should welcome the later arrivals.
And be happy that they finally came.
That's right. Now you boys take your pay and go on home. I gotta get back to my supper.
Thank you, Mr. White.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Your waffles are in the oven, Mr. White.
Thank you, frankly. You know, I was thinking, tomorrow we can take all those corn peels and make 'em into sludge for the pigs.
That's swell, sir.
Well, good. Glad to see you've had a change of heart, and we could finally find a job you won't turn your nose up at, frankly.
It's Ronnie, Mr. White. It's Ronnie. Can't you see? It's Ronnie.
It sure is. Come on, frankly, let's go get you a handkerchief so you can blow it.